And these shows are like something you would never forget. I mean, this is the dolphin show here.
Hello everyone and welcome to Shed Aquarium's Animal Spotlight. My name is Jessica and today we're excited to spotlight the extraordinary Pacific white-sided dolphins.
I just think it's so cool how these trainers can work with these animals and tame them out and just make them do a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, there she's feeding and then gives a little signal saying, hey, feeding time's over, let's go back to the middle, and they just start the show. You know what? You probably don't want to hear me. Just enjoy the show.
So now, let's watch as the dolphins show off their counter shading as only dolphins can. Dolphins, their bodies have adapted to meet the challenges of their ocean homes. Their sleek, streamlined physique helps them cut through the water quickly. Their dorsal fin provides balance and stability as they swim through the ocean. And their pectoral flippers help with steering and movement. Their peduncle, which is the muscular area that starts right behind the dorsal fin and flattens into their glutes, generates powerful thrust to propel them forward through the water. Now, here's a fun question for all of you. Do dolphins have belly buttons? 100% correct. Dolphins, just like you, me, and most mammals, have belly buttons. In fact, a dolphin's belly button is a reminder of its birth, just like human babies. As mammals, they share many other characteristics with us as well. For instance, dolphins give birth to live young. And like all mammals, produce milk to nurse their young. So, even though they live in the water and we live up here on land, we actually have so much in common. For example, we all need a healthy environment in order to flourish. So considering the challenges that dolphins face is crucial. For Pacific white-sided dolphins, the vast ocean is more than...
So that show was super awesome with all the dolphins, and the next stop we took was to see the whales. And now these whales are absolutely massive. These were by far the largest things at the whole aquarium. I mean, it was just like unbelievably insane how big and how long and how heavy these guys truly are. I believe they were saying that some of these guys are like 3,000 pounds and one of the largest whale species on the entire planet. And I believe this is the beluga whale. And I believe in total they had about 12 beluga whales just swim in the waters in the Shedd Aquarium. And the massive tank or enclosure that they had them in was just huge. Probably the largest indoor body of water that I have ever seen. The glass on this aquarium was super, super thick and had to be curved at a specific angle in order to be able to hold all of this water while being able to give everyone an awesome view of these beautiful creatures. So just the thought and planning and execution of this enclosure is just out of this world. And it not only shows in this enclosure, but in every single other enclosure that we've seen and are going to be seeing in these videos. They truly make you feel like when you're at the enclosure, you're in their natural habitat. Living with them, vibing with them, and just hanging out with them. And you can clearly see that these guys are enjoying life to the fullest. Just swimming around, and when they go right past your face, it's just the most amazing sight to see. Because where else are you going to see a beluga whale do a 360 ooga booga right in your face? And now we head into the penguin lounge, as you can tell by these awesome ice sculptures. They have a bunch of different penguins that did not come from Antarctica, but came from probably somebody's backyard, to be honest with you. They actually told me that they take in a ton of not just penguins, but other animals of all different species, whether someone's not allowed to have them and they have them, or they try going through TSA and they get caught, or they just outgrow their enclosures at home. There's a ton of different reasons why the Shedd Aquarium would end up with possibly your animal, because they in fact do take donated animals, which is kind of interesting. And then in the end, they just end up giving these guys the best possible life they could have. I mean, look at this little penguin just flopping around in the water, having the time of his life, saying hi to everybody, bathing off, cleaning himself, and just living life. They have this whole entire enclosure just to themselves with a bunch of realistic plants that they can swim through and rocks on top of the surface that they can climb on, and it just mimics their exact enclosure or environment that they would be experiencing, well, in the Arctic, minus the freezing temperatures, of course. And here they're all just shaking off and enjoying their time up on the rocks. Looks like they're doing a little dance for us called the shaky shaky, flappy flappy. And again, they're all just hanging out and living life. I mean, there's this guy over here by himself, and then there's all of his friends, which are on the other side, a bunch on top of the rock, some hopping down from one rock to another, and just slowly making their way back into the water. They just love to chill and hang out. These penguins were probably one of the most personable animals at the Shedd Aquarium. They really reminded me like little humans that were just walking around and just talking to each other and hanging out. And it was actually a huge surprise to me to see a penguin. Well, not just one penguin, but all of these penguins. Because typically, penguins aren't in Chicago, Illinois. And I guess this is a great group to ask this question. Do you guys think a penguin is more like a bird or a fish? Because, yeah, they got wings, they got a beak, they're technically a bird, but they do everything that a fish would do. I mean, other than come out of the water, but if you talk about an axolotl, then They're probably closest to an axolotl than anything. Or a snail, or something like that. But whether you think a penguin's closer to a fish or a bird, I'll let you guys argue about that and decide. But I'm just really, really happy that we were able to see them today at the Shed Aquarium. And I would also love to hear what your favorite animal or species or whatever, your favorite thing that you saw at the Shed Aquarium. I'd love to hear that in the comments below, because I love to interact with you guys and connect with you and be able to show you more of what you want. And speaking of showing you what you want, please join us Sunday, October 12th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Fins and Feathers Fest, Round Lake, Illinois. This event is located at 2004 North Municipal Way in Round Lake Beach, Illinois, 60073. If you cannot join us on Sunday, October 12th, then you can also join us November 23rd, December 21st, or any date next year, as we have already started to fill next year's schedule. We will be bringing a new show to Algonquin on February 8th. But I'll have a whole separate video for that. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned in all our upcoming dates, news, and videos by following us on Facebook, as well as joining our Fins and Feathers Fest Round Lake, Illinois Facebook group. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you there.